there were anti-vaccine lawyers in the room that you could kind of overhear talking about something called the vaccine injury compensation program, which is this program that it's like vaccine court. It's how people get claims for the very rare vaccine injuries that do happen. That court has been sort of flooded with people who've been turned away and their cases dismissed, many of whom testified today as a witness. But what was it like in there? It was super sad. Yeah. It was a bunch of people telling stories of dead or disabled children that in the most cases that I've researched that have gone through vaccine court, it's been proven that they weren't caused by a vaccine. But here they are anyway telling their sad story, and who wants to look at a mother in the eye and say, we don't believe you?
Right, that's the point of the hearing. So there it is, right there in that moment where they level up families that have had very painful experiences, and they're looking for reasons and connections to what happened to their child. So you have that piece and you have that platforming in a way that it should be problematic for a lot of folks. Having said that, you still have the truth that, as you mentioned at the end, the causal links are rare. And the folks who are behind pushing this anti-vax crazy could fit in literally in the corner of this room. So you've got these aspects of this. My concern, I'm curious if there was any conversation about kids who are exposed to kids whose parents don't want them vaccinated. As we get ready for the school year this fall, what are school systems doing? Because last time I checked, your young one starting kindergarten has to get vaccines, has to get vaccinated. What's happening? Oh, that's right. We've dismantled the Department of Education, so I guess that may not be a requirement anymore. Are we looking downstream at all of this to some extent?
It's so hard, right? Because this is sort of like a post-fact place that we found ourselves in. So, like, you know, the Democrats had two witnesses today, two people, one who had lost a brother or sister to flu and one mother who had lost a child to flu. And now they are vaccine advocates for vaccines. And there was no one from the science community. There was no doctor on the panel to fact check. Again, who wants to say you're not true? So it was left to these two witnesses to sort of say, oh, you know, that's not true. Or, you know, actually flu vaccine is incredibly helpful. And or these are, you know, hundreds of people have died. Children have died from flu. It set a record this time. And it was a very weird place for them to be in. It was sort of unfair. But we're in this like very strange place. So like, what are we doing? How do we get out of that? I mean, it's complicated too, because like you have people with most people want vaccines. Most people believe in vaccines. Most parents give their children vaccines,
right. Which is
but
why
they're
I
not
thought
there.
your reporting crystallized what makes this moment different, which is this has now gone from being a fringe movement to having people inside the halls of power who are ready to turn this into policy. Brandy Zadrozny.